If you clicked on this video, you probably want to become a game developer, or at least you're interested in it. And I have been self-teaching myself game development for the past 4 years. And here are 5 reasons I learned why you probably shouldn't be a game developer. And if this is your dream, you should never give up. I'm simply telling you 5 things you must be aware of before you start your journey. Becoming a solo dev is next to impossible. Game development is easily the most complex form of entertainment. You need to be good at 2D or 3D art, coding, storytelling, level design, gameplay design, music and sound effect creation, and business and marketing. And these are just the surface level things. Most likely, you're not that guy, and you won't be good at all of these things. I for sure am not, but let's say you are that guy. You would still need to divide your time insanely, and you would need to focus on all of these things separately, and it would take so much time that you would probably burn out before you could ever finish a project. You will never make your dream game. Most of us game day wannabes have insane high budget ideas that are either huge open worlds filled with new and exciting complex game mechanics, with this insane art style that looks absolutely amazing in your head. But once you start working on it, you will realize that open world games need hundreds of creators, and the gameplay mechanic you thought about is harder to do than you think, and your art just doesn't look as good as you wanted it to. And that's the harsh reality. Making exactly what you want will almost always never happen, and you need to be aware of this before you start your journey. The time it takes. Making a game is an insanely high effort and time consuming process, and it's most likely not going to be your full-time job. If you're like me, you have a job at the side, or still at school. Maybe you're planning to go to university, just like me, you even have YouTube on the side. Game development just can't take up 8 hours of your day, and that's the sad truth. It's hard, and it takes more time than you think. For example, here's my learning project that I've been working on. How long do you think this shit took me to make? Before you answer, note that I still haven't finished it. The money system doesn't work, it's lagging on old phones, and it quite simply doesn't look that good. And now guess. Yeah, 6 months. A good rule of thumb is to figure out around how much time you think your project will take and multiply it by 4. And sadly, that's the bare minimum it will take. The money. Making a game completely for free is a pipe dream, and your first few games will not make the money you spent on it back. In the past 4 years, I've spent around 2,000 just to learn, and I still don't have a game published. Sure, I have made huge mistakes, but I've learned from them. And you will make too, and you will have to restart, and you will waste months of your time. That's something you just can't get rid of. You will buy that a setback that you realize you could make yourself, and you will buy that course that will teach you jack shit. So what is a realistic amount you would have to spend? Well, around 3k. And that's if you do almost everything yourself. You do the art or the assets or the story writing and most of the level design, most of the coding, everything. You will still need to spend that much to either buy stuff that helps you in the process or get help from professionals, because simply it's not possible to do everything on your own. Marketing is expensive. Let's say you have made the best game ever. It looks amazing, it plays amazing, it feels amazing. When you sit down, you can spend hours on it without it ever getting boring, but nobody buys it. Why is that? Well, because nobody knows it exists. You need to market your game, and marketing options are not cheap these days. If you decide to use YouTube ads, around $2,000 would bring you 200,000 views. Views, not buyers. And that might not even bring back the 2,000 you spent on the ads. And other marketing options like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter are kind of bad. But I'm not just here telling you marketing sucks. I actually have a better idea on how to market your game. So if your game is almost ready, you probably know what niche is it. Is it a horror, or a run and gun, or something else? Well, there are always relatively small 50 to 60,000 average viewer channels based on that genre. You will find them, you will find multiple of them. Ask them to play your game. If they say no, pay them a little. It will be cheaper than buying YouTube ads, and it will get you more views, because the audience of these creators exactly want those types of games you're making. So how much do YouTubers charge? Well, it depends on the size and the ego of the creator. A big YouTuber, let's say Markiplier, would probably charge $20–30 per 1,000 view. But a smaller YouTuber, you might be able to get away with $10 per 1,000 views, and it will probably be better for you. So that's it. These reasons made you discouraged. Now you want to give up, crumble up and cry for hours and just fucking question everything you have ever done. But don't do that, because there's a solution for every one of these issues. And in my next video, I will teach you everything you need to know to become a solo and successful game developer. So you know how there is adaptive lighting in all your smartphone devices? You know, your brightness matches the environment you're in. But what if this was for volume? So you might ask, what use a feature like this would even have?